Morning, guys. Just getting to a piece of public. Coming down here to scout it before the season. We're still about 2 or 3 weeks out, I think. 3 weeks out. So I've been running some cameras down here all summer. A few decent bucks on camera. If y'all are new to the channel, welcome. I'm hoping to get more into it this year and really start videoing my hunts more and uploading them to YouTube. I will tell y'all this, if you're looking for fancy edits and real high quality footage, it's not the channel for you. I'm very technology advanced. I'm a working man. I work too much to sit down and edit videos for hours on end. So that's not this kind of channel. This is gonna be kind of raw and real. Besides a few cut and edit and trying to make the video just flow a little bit, it's gonna be as real as it gets. So y'all just wanting that, and stick around. Hopefully we'll bring y'all something you like. But I'm not no cameraman by no means. Everything I record is probably gonna be with a GoPro, my iPhone, and I got a really old video camera that I might use. But we're going to try to, on my YouTube, as you'll see, if you're looking at this, I got a few dog hunts. I think one turkey hunt and a few bow hunts. Anyway, we're going to roll right into bow season with some bow hunts. When gun season gets here, we'll be running some hounds and still hunting. We're going to keep right on going through turkey season. So y'all stay tuned. Hopefully y'all like what you see. All right. Just check that camera. Be a decent buck hunt. A little 8-point. I guess he's technically a really big 5-point. I had him and blow it in all on, but not very consistently. Camera's been there almost a month exactly, and it sat there for like 10 days. After I hung it without taking a picture. And for like 3 or 4 days, there was a buck in there every day coming down that trail. And then they disappeared again for about 6 days, 7 days. And then there was pictures in there for 2 or 3 days and they disappeared again. So if I left it in here, it would probably be back on that same pattern. About a week has went by, they'll start showing back up on camera. We got a couple more regular cameras to check and a few cell cameras to move around. And some regular cameras to move around. I think I'm going to... The bucks that I had on camera were coming in and out of that thick stuff just like I figured they were. I think I'm going to go put it further on the north end of it. Because that's the direction they were coming from every time. So that's the plan. Alright, spot number 2. I've had one main buck, but one absolute he's only a 4-point, but he is an absolute giant of a 4-point. I would love to kill him just because he's a cool dude. I mean, he's an absolute just massive 4-point. But there's another pretty good buck back here. He ain't no giant, he's a mature deer, he's real nice. This piece of dirt. So I've had him back here all summer bedding back here in some deep ponds. I ain't checked these cameras in like probably a month, 3 weeks. So we're gonna come back in here and see if they're still bedding in these ponds or if they've knocked that velvet off. There's their tracks right there. For sure. For sure they've been in here recently. Right there, let me show y'all that. They've been in here recently, so that's good. Now we're gonna check this camera. So the bucks that I had at the beginning of summer are not out here on this camera. I got one closer to the road and I got one further back. if there was a new player in the ball game. Pretty dandy 8-point at that. Pretty nice 8-point. I only got one video of him at night, so that ain't good. But definitely some buck tracks in here. I was just dropping down. So that may have just not got on camera. Which I know they're bedding back in here. Sounds like they're doing some road work up here ahead on the other side of this block. Anyway, I've been trying not to come in here that much to check these cameras once a month, maybe. Because I know they're bedding back here and I don't want to push them out. But to my knowledge, I haven't bumped them at all coming in and out of here. I think I'm in here once a month. So we're going to check this camera back in here and see what it's got. And then we may pull that camera right there closer to the road. Simply because the season's getting close. People are going to start walking the woods. And I don't know, lining that camera right there by the road is still in it, so. Come back here and check this one, see if they're still coming back here in these ponds to bed. I love hunting them in the sawgrass. Crazy how much the water will fluctuate in places like this. Last time I come up here, it was knee deep in here. Now it's barely on my ankle boots. We're fixing to be back here on this camera, so I'll check it and see if they still coming back in here. Alright. Didn't have either one of them bucks. Go figure. I had a few does. Some kind of rack buck this morning passed through. It may have been that 8-point. I just caught top of his tines as he went right by the camera. But I did not have either one of the bucks that I had all summer. So either A, there's a little rub right there. This is where I need to put a camera. Either A, I came back here one too many times and pushed the envelope a little too hard and it bumped them out of here. Or B, they knocked that velvet off and they're moving around. Because that 8-point I haven't had on camera all summer, and this camera's been in here since June. But I've been wanting to come back in here and check this since I found this spot. And I had, because I figured this is where they were bedding mostly. Being how they're not on camera, I'm going to assume they're not in here. I definitely need to put a camera right here and leave it. Pretty little spot. All this sawgrass right here is a little neck down. They'll be crossing through here for sure. I'm gonna walk up just a little further and look. And we'll back up behind the camera and see them out of here. We got some persimmons I found in the beginning. Summer, I want to go hang some cameras on them. I'll be traveling. There's quite a bit of through in here. I should get a picture of them right here. All right. Cross some buck tracks back here. I didn't know it rose up this high right here, man. This is an absolute killer spot. Especially if I can get a big tree in here somewhere. We definitely gonna hang a camera right here. Definitely. All this deep swamp, sawgrass, and this little high hill right here. This is a mighty spot, man. It ain't very big, but it don't need to be. I didn't get that many. Only had one buck and a spike back there. As soon as I got to here, this hill, buck sign picked up and I started cutting buck tracks back here. Getting back here without them smelling you is gonna be real tough. Real tough. But if we got a good wind, I believe you could do it. There's a lot of oaks back here. A lot of rubs. Man, what I'd do to see a big persimmon. But I don't see one. Oh, I dropped off the back of this hill. There's a few just pitiful little persimmons, but I ain't got none in them. Of course, I left my binoculars in the truck. The oaks back here don't look like they made very well either. But we got a really deep pond right here to our right. And this finger of pines comes in here, man, it rolls up here on this big nice knob hill. And I'm talking about deep, like waist deep cypress sloughs all the way around here with sawgrass. It drops off right here. But as you can see, the sawgrass isn't as tall and it's not as wet. And bucks are gonna come off the back of this hill and they're gonna go out here or go right down there where them trees get thick around that big deep pond, and they're gonna lay down on dry spots out there. And right at dark, they'll come up here and hit this to walk out. The wind's actually really good right now. If I hunted it, I'd want it blowing straight back in the way I walked, because that's pretty much all gonna be written off when you walk back here anyway. Very, very nice spot. I was not expecting it to be this. I'm behind the camera here. Good news is, I don't know if y'all can hear that, it's fixing to storm. And my wind's good, so I don't think I'd have bumped anything coming in here. Jay still got a month before the season starts anyway, so I'll probably hang this camera and I will not come back here and touch it until the week before the season. But man, oh man, do I want a persimmon to be sitting right here. Or an oak tree is full, but I don't see neither one of them, so. Neat little spot, man. That's why I love walking the woods. You never know what you're gonna walk up on. Looks like it gets high right over there too. I might go check that out. I might push it up here, but good find. I told y'all, when that sawgrass got loaded, it drops off around these deep ponds. They walk off the end of it and go out. Walk off the end of it and go out and lay down. I walk to the edge of it. There's a buck rub going out in there. Getting better and better. All right, we're on to the next spot. There's some persimmons way on back in here that I found actually during hog season. And I checked them this summer, and they're one of the very few persimmons that I've checked this summer that I've made. I've checked probably 20 of them, and I found 3 that made. One's just last year before the hurricanes. It was absolutely loaded. Hurricane come, blew all persimmons out of it, and flooded it. That buck truck in this road. This year it made, but not many. And it normally just starts dropping fairly early. I'm worried it's already dropping by the pictures I'm getting here on it. And I'm thinking it's gonna be dropped out by bow season. I haven't walked in there and checked it, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the case. These 2 down here, he's got the most on them. So we'll come down here and hang some cameras and probably leave them till bow season. Till the week of, and we'll come down here and check them to see if they're getting hit. Get back here on this persimmon now. Right there, and just see a little rub over there. That's promising. That's like finding candy in the woods. See if I can't zoom in up there. Down there. Judging by the sign, looks like they've already started coming in here and checking around. And we got 2 buck rubs right here by it. And there's a little higher piece of ground that goes out to a train that cuts this swamp in two, and they cross right there. They're scraping the rub over there. Spot looks promising. Probably ain't gonna be able to see them. Now they know the jig's up. If I had the old longbow in my hand, I probably got them. Alright, on to the next spot. Just seen some more hogs up here on the edge of the road. It don't ever happen like this when you got your bow in your hand. Goes to show you right here the wind and everything. I'm drenched in sweat. Sprayed down with off bug spray about 3-4 times to keep the ticks off me. And seen them hogs across the road, and the wind was in my face. Walked right down here on them. I had no idea. No idea in the world that I was here. Alright, no more say the wind swirled, and I'll know I'm here in a minute. Swirled and he was gone. As long as you got that wind right, it's the only thing that works. I don't believe in no scent control. Just gotta have that wind just off of them, off that nose. You can beat them. Right there's a good one. There's actually already been deer and stuff in here walking around underneath it, so that's good. I think it's got quite a few more than the other one. Got the camera set. Got a bunch of little persimmons around it, but I don't think I'm in made. Deer just jumped up over there. Ran off. I've been standing here putting the camera up. I guess the wind was good. It kept smelling the wind just swirled and it's blowing into that. There's a little pond over right in the pines. It swirled and blowed over that way, and deer just jumped up and took off. It wasn't laying 75 yards from this persimmon. All right. This thing right here is about aggravating. I think that's gonna be it for me today. I got one more camera I want to put out. Well, it's about 12:30. It's real hot. I thought we was gonna get some relief and the storm was gonna come through here and rain, but it went around us. Sun's poked out. I ain't had nothing to eat. I'm ready for lunch. Like, I'm gonna call this quits. On cameras on them persimmons I found back. And beginning of summertime, there's already some feed sign down there around them where this time of year when the storms and stuff come through, wind picks up, they'll blow the real small ones out that are still green, but they're tiny. It'll blow a few of them out. The deer will start swinging through there, especially if it's persimmons that normally make year after year. Deer and hogs will know which persimmons, which trees normally make and which ones normally make at what times of year, and they'll start swinging through there checking them. So I hung them two, moved further in and found that good spot where I had the mature bucks on camera. So I've done most of my scouting walking like May, June, July. When it starts getting this close to the season, I don't like to really pressure them too hard. If I go blow him up out of there in May, it don't really matter. We're 2-3 weeks out, so I try to just go in, set a camera, and move on. Like these cameras, I'll probably come check them week of or the week before bow season, probably the week of. Do a one day just like today, quick loop, pull all the cards, see which one of these persimmons, because both these persimmons are in the same slough, they're just one end of it to the other. The one I just set looks like it has more on it. The one I set earlier, it has bigger persimmons, but it doesn't look like it has more on it, but it's better deer sign around it. More buck sign, there's more hog sign down there around that one. So we'll see what the camera shows. And then we'll pull all the cards and chips and look at the intel and see which spots are the hottest that week before the season, what the sign's showing, what the wind's gonna do. Move some cameras around that week, the ones that ain't producing. Give it the old honest effort for the rest of the season, see what we can do. Y'all stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have you a nice buck hunt here before too long. So, appreciate y'all watching. I'm gonna walk this 2-3 miles back to the truck and get me some lunch. So see y'all later.